The Indus Valley Civilization was a Bronze Age civilization. 3300-1300 BCE. Mature period 2600-1900 BCE. Pre-Harappan culture starting c. 7500 BCE in northwest Indian subcontinent, including present-day Pakistan, northwest India and also in some regions in northeast Afghanistan. Due to the spread of the civilization along both the river valleys, some scholars use the term Indus-Sarasvati civilization. At its peak, the Indus civilization may have had a population of more than 5 million. The Indus Valley civilization is also known as the Harappan civilization, after Harappa, the first of its sites to be excavated in the 1920s, in what was then the Punjab province of British India, and is now in Pakistan. The Harappan civilization is sometimes called the mature Harappan culture to distinguish it from these cultures. Barana in Haryana, India may be the oldest pre-Harappan site, dating back to 7570-6200 BCE. The Indus Valley civilization encompassed most of Pakistan and parts of southwestern India and Afghanistan, extending from Pakistani Balochistan in the west to Uttar Pradesh in the east, northeastern Afghanistan to the north and Maharashtra to the south. The geography of the Indus Valley put the civilizations that arose there in a highly similar situation to those in Egypt and Peru, with rich agricultural lands being surrounded by highlands, desert, and ocean. The early Harappan Ravi phase, named after the nearby Ravi River, lasted from circa 3300 BCE until 2800 BCE. It is related to the Hakra phase, identified in the Gaga-Hakra River Valley to the west, and predates the Kotdiji phase, 2800-2600 BCE. Harappan II, named after a site in northern Sindh, Pakistan, near Mohenjo-daro. The earliest examples of the Indus script dates to the 3rd millennium BC. The ancient Indus systems of sewerage and drainage that were developed and used in cities throughout the Indus region were far more advanced than any found in contemporary urban sites in the Middle East and even more efficient than those in many areas of Pakistan and India today. The purpose of the citadel remains debated. In sharp contrast to this civilization's contemporaries, Mesopotamia and ancient Egypt, no large monumental structures were built. Most city dwellers appeared to have been traders or artisans, who lived with others pursuing the same occupation in well-defined neighborhoods. Materials from distant regions were used in the cities for constructing seals, beads and other objects. Archaeological records provide no immediate answers for a center of power or for depictions of people in power in Harappan society, but there are indications of complex decisions being taken and implemented. For instance, the extraordinary uniformity of Harappan artifacts is evident in pottery, seals, weights and bricks. The people of the Indus civilization achieved great accuracy in measuring length, mass, and time. They were among the first to develop a system of uniform weights and measures. A comparison of available objects indicates large-scale variation across the Indus territories. Their smallest division, which is marked on an ivory scale found in Lothal in Gujarat, was approximately 1.704 mm, the smallest division ever recorded on a scale of the Bronze Age. These chert weights were in a ratio of 5:1 with weights of 0.05, 0.1, 0.2, 0.5, 1, 2, 5, 10, 20, 50, 100, 200, and 500 units, with each unit weighing approximately 28 grams, similar to the English imperial ounce or Greek uncier, and smaller objects were weighed in similar ratios with the units of 0.871. Various sculptures, seals, pottery, gold jewelry, and anatomically detailed figurines in terracotta, bronze, and steatite have been found at excavation sites. A number of gold, terracotta and stone figurines of girls in dancing poses reveal the presence of some dance form. These terracotta figurines included cows, bears, monkeys, and dogs. The animal depicted on a majority of seals at sites of the mature period has not been clearly identified. Part bull, part zebra, with a majestic horn, it has been a source of speculation. Seals have been found at Mohenjo-daro depicting a figure standing on its head. and another sitting cross-legged in what some call a yoga-like pose. See image. The so-called Pashupati. Below, the Indus civilization's economy appears to have depended significantly on trade, which was facilitated by major advances in transport technology. The IVC may have been the first civilization to use wheeled transport. 76. These advances may have included bullock carts that are identical to those seen throughout South Asia today, as well as boats. Most of these boats were probably small, flat-bottomed craft, perhaps driven by sail, similar to those one can see on the Indus River today. However, there is secondary evidence of sea-going craft. Archaeologists have discovered a massive dredge canal and what they regard as a docking facility at the coastal city of Lothal in western India, Gujarat state. The religion and belief system of the Indus Valley people have received considerable attention, especially from the view of identifying precursors to deities and religious practices of Indian religions that later developed in the area. However, due to the sparsity of evidence, which is open to varying interpretations, and the fact that the Indus script remains undeciphered, the conclusions are partly speculative and largely based on a retrospective view from a much later Hindu perspective. Who were the Harappan people? One of the most fascinating yet mysterious cultures of the ancient world is the Harappan civilization. This culture existed along the Indus River in present-day Pakistan. It was named after the city of Harappa, which it was centered around. When was Indus Valley civilization discovered? The Greater Indus region was home to the largest of the four ancient urban civilizations of Egypt, Mesopotamia, South Asia and China. It was not discovered until the 1920s. Most of its ruins, even its major cities, remain to be excavated. The ancient Indus civilization script has not been deciphered. Where was the Harappan civilization located? The Indus Valley civilization was an ancient civilization located in what is Pakistan and northwest India today, on the fertile floodplain of the Indus River and its vicinity. Evidence of religious practices in this area date back approximately to 5500 BCE. What was the Indus Valley civilization? The Indus Valley civilization was a Bronze Age civilization extending from what today is northeast Afghanistan to Pakistan and northwest India. Along with ancient Egypt and Mesopotamia, it was one of three early civilizations of the Old World, and of the three the most widespread around 1800 BCE. Signs of a gradual decline began to emerge, and by around 1700 BCE, most of the cities were abandoned. In 1953, some Mortimer Wheeler proposed that the decline of the Indus civilization was caused by the invasion of an Indo-European tribe from Central Asia called the Aryans. As evidence, he cited a group of 37 skeletons found in various parts of Mohenjo-daro, and passages in the Vedas referring to battles and forts. However, scholars soon started to reject Wheeler's theory, since the skeletons belonged to a period after the city's abandonment and none were found near the citadel. Subsequent examinations of the skeletons by Kenneth Kennedy in 1994 showed that the marks on the skulls were caused by erosion, and not violent aggression today. Many scholars believe that the collapse of the Indus civilization was caused by drought and a decline in trade with Egypt and Mesopotamia. It has also been suggested that immigration by new peoples, deforestation, floods, or changes in the course of the river may have contributed to the collapse of the IVC.